Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Blazer News Network's pre-postseason presser with Valley View basketball. And we're going to start with the Lady Blazers here today. We have Coach Angie Ellis and Miss Alana Orsby going to start it off. Coach Ellis, will you go ahead and give us just a little rundown of how the season's gone so far?
So far, we've had a great season. We've got an overall record of 22-6. I think our conference record is 9-4. I think we would all agree that maybe we'd like to take back a couple of those losses, but it's hard to have a perfect season. And the 5A East is always it's a monster of a conference, and so I couldn't be more proud of these girls. It's a dogfight every night from teams 1 through 8, and it's just you've really got to take care of business the first half of conference, and we did that going 7 and I guess we went 7-2 to start the season, they worked hard to punch their ticket to the state tournament, and I think this is the first time we've ever been to the state tournament as a Class 5A school. So they've really done some firsts this year as far as we've kind of gone back in the years past of what's been accomplished, and I guess this is our third year in the 5A. And it took us 3 years to do it, and I'm so proud of these girls. And we're really excited about next week at Greene County Tech, who's hosting the 5A tournament.
Coach, this is by far the most successful season for Lady Blazer basketball in several years. Are you surprised, or let me rephrase that, has this team met or exceeded your expectations coming into the season?
I would say I would use the word met our expectations. I think we all agreed that, and I'm all about I'm all about team setting goals, but I'm also a realist. So when we set goals in the past, it's just pretty standard that a team's going to say, I want to win the conference, or I want to go to the state tournament, or some teams might even say I want to win the state tournament. But realistically, you've got to look at your talent, you've got to look at your roster, and I would agree that I think these girls know that I'm a realist. And what was our goal this year? To finish in the top 4. And to make that state tournament appearance. And, we talked about this is, and I'll give these 3 seniors a lot of credit, but at some point, a group of kids have got to turn the tide and start thinking bigger, start thinking more successful, think about more wins. And so, that was kind of what we've tried to really focus on this year is let y'all be the seniors that turn the program around to where now, it's a standard for Lady Blazer basketball that, every year we can get to the 5A post the tournament, and we did it this year, and let these seniors set the groundwork for the future.
Throw this question out for both of you, so Coach, you can start. But you opened the season with one of the biggest wins in the recent history of the program, with a big win over a really good program from Mountain Home, and they've gone on to have a great season this year as well. Did that particular game give you an idea of just how good this team might be?
Looking back, I think we played really well for a first game out. Mountain Home had a new girl in from Harrison. We got Alana in. So I think you were dealing with 2 teams who were hard to scout. We could only base our scouting off of last year's game against Mountain Home. I liked our matchups. Player for player, when you put it on paper, I thought our matchups were really, really good with them. However, how do you scout us when Alana's joined our group? And there's no game film, there's no scouting report. You can scout what she did at Jonesboro. And the same thing, they brought in a guard from Harrison who a really, really good player. And, it's kind of like the same thing. When I saw her, I knew right off the bat she wasn't on our scouting report. And so I immediately went, who is she? Where'd she come from? And I found out that she moved in from Harrison. So really, you're going to a first game, no prior records, hard to scout because you got different personnel. And, for a first game, I look back, and that was a pretty good game that we put together and got them on a neutral side. 20-plus games in, they're still really good. I know they've got 4 girls that are going to play at the next level. Some have already signed, and some are underclassmen who've gotten some really good offers. So give credit to Mountain Home. They're a good team, good players. They've got a good coach in Coach Leonard. And, I don't know. I think that it definitely helped our confidence that we could beat a really good team.
Alana, that was your first game in a Valley View uniform. What were your impressions of that night?
That night, it was, like Coach said, it gave all of us confidence. We all knew, like, they more specifically knew how Mountain Home played. I haven't played them since, like, maybe 7th or 8th grade, so I didn't know what to expect. But going in that game, it gave all of us confidence. It gave us the adrenaline that we honestly needed going into the season because we all knew it was going to be different. Adding me, having them, addition of the sophomores coming up, we didn't know what to expect. But honestly, going into that game, it led us a great path for the rest of the season.
Coach, if you would talk about what Alana has brought to your program.
You know, I guess I've been here 7 years, and we haven't had what I call a really very many true point guards come through all the way to the high school years. Maybe we've had some in junior high, but then they chose not to play in high school. We've had injuries. Audrey, unfortunately, tore her ACL, and she's got the point guard material with her. But it's really hard, and I keep going back to how tough our conference is. You could probably get by without a point guard, maybe at a smaller school, maybe a weaker conference. But in the 5A, where you're going to get pressed every night, it's a really athletic conference where the kids are really quick, fast. It's really challenging. And, Alana has the point guard mentality. I really think at the next level, she and I have not really talked about it, but she is versatile. So if she had somebody else to be a true point guard, she's going to be easily moved off the ball. And with her height, she's going to be able to guard a 1 through 4 at the next level. So I've always said it's a luxury if you can have 2 point guards on the court at the same time. And I think if you've ever been one, you understand that, because it's a really hard job, and it wears you down physically, mentally. But Alana's done a great job for us. Not only that, I think her personality's really helped us. So when things have gone maybe in the wrong way, or we've had a couple turnovers, Alana's got a really good disposition about her. You wouldn't tell it on, you couldn't tell it on her face. She kind of keeps that poker face on, and really just you got to have a next play mentality. And so I think she's really helped us in that area of being a point guard for us, and it's definitely been a more successful year, and she needs a lot of credit for that. So.
Alana, what are some things you're looking to improve on individually and as a team as you get ready for the state tournament?
Individually, I would say probably decision making, not only on the ball, but as far as like my shot. I do know that I stay in the game a lot, and sometimes my shots aren't the best at times, I feel like, so probably better decisions on that. And then as far as the team, honestly, just not turning the ball over, and being able to finish on the easy shots that we do have, whether that's a layup, a free throw, or just honestly an open shot. So I feel like that's what we all need to work on.
Any other questions? Seeing none. Coach, Alana, we appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and switch out to our next group of players, and we wish you luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Whatever might happen next. If Natalie gets an unexpected migraine, if the little man gets a boo-boo, or Hunter's bad back acts up, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Welcome to the new Right Fiber store on Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. It's the newest way to connect with Jonesboro's official broadband partner for the fastest, most reliable gig speed internet with speeds up to 5 gig. Signing up for local Right Fiber internet has never been easier or more convenient. At Right Fiber, we're proud to be right by you, and with our new location right here in Jonesboro. Discover the Right Fiber advantages and the speed that is right for you and your family. See you soon.
Welcome back to the Blazer News Network pre-postseason presser with Lady Blazer basketball. We now have Miss Annika Wilbanks and Miss Racy Talley. Any questions from our panel?
Monica, we'll start with you as a senior and a veteran in the program. What's the season been like for you, just the way the whole thing's unfolded?
This season's been a complete change, a complete flip from the past 2 seasons that I've played here. The past 2 years we haven't been, the most successful team because we just moved up to the 5A 2 years ago. And like Coach Ellis said, it's completely different than anything you could ever play in. Every team's so athletic, so good. And this year I think we finally figured out how to deal with that. Every team being good, we've decided that we can play with these teams. In the past few years, that hasn't clicked with us that we can do it, and this year I think we finally figured out we can.
Racy, you're also a senior that's been in the program for a few years. Do you feel like this particular senior class has maybe kind of set a foundation for a future high level of success for the program?
Oh, 100%, and especially with Alana coming in, I think that she gives maybe Audrey a lot more confidence as a point guard, and I think that's going to be really good. Annika, she's done the same thing with the post players, and I feel like as a team we all get along really well. So the girls moving up, it can kind of be transferred onto them and how we play together. And having Coach Ellis as a coach, she's a really big role model with us. So just as a team in general, we're all I don't know, I feel like we're a pretty respectful team.
Racy, what do you think the big key has been this year to this team's success?
Decision making. I feel like we've all, me especially, some things you just have to come to term with after it happens. But being able to get over the mistakes that you just make and move on to the next thing, I think we started to get better at as the season got on to. After we make a mistake, you just pick yourself back up and go on because the game has to continue.
Ladies, I know that GCT won the conference, and you've played them, and you obviously want to beat them. Is there anybody else in the tournament that you kind of looked ahead to, and you're like, oh, that's a team we really want to beat?
I'd say for me, a team that I really want to beat this year is, I think if we end up getting to play Lakeside, I think that would be a really fun game for us, a really good matchup for us, and I would love to get to play them this year.
Of course, a lot of attention on the state tournament right now, but you guys still have one more regular season game Friday night, senior night, with your crosstown rivals, and you're playing a Nettleton team. You're going to get a Nettleton team that's apparently playing their best ball of the season right now.
Yes, sir. They haven't quite played like this in the beginning of the season. Their first half of the season's not been anything like their second half, and I think we're seeing a whole different team than we saw the first time, and I think that's going to be a challenge for us, but I think we can do it.
All right, ladies, seeing no other questions, we appreciate your time. We're going to switch over to the men's team, and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Hey Blazers, are you ready to take charge of your money? The experts at Evolve Bank and Trust are ready to help. Located in downtown Jonesboro, the Evolve team can help you open an eUniversity checking account designed for students like you. These accounts have no minimum daily balance and no service fees. Can't get to our downtown location? Check out our 24/7 ATM and virtual teller on Main Street. To learn more about all our products, go to getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network for the pre-postseason basketball presser. Now we're joined with senior boys head coach Lane Campbell and senior Oliver Barr.
Let's go ahead and make an opening statement.
What do y'all want me to say?
Well, I guess just first of all, just kind of assess the season for us and how it's gone to this point.
I mean, we're 24-4 right now. Had a tough loss last night, but, we turned the page, and it's on to Friday night now. We started the first round of conference play undefeated, lost a tough game against West Memphis where they came out and shot lights out, and like I mentioned, lost a tough one last night at Marion, which is a tough place to play. But, I'm proud of the guys, the way they've battled so far this year. And, we've won a lot of close games that we probably should have lost this year, about 3 or 4 of them. And to have that senior leadership out there on the floor to finish those games out, that's good to see. We ain't done yet. So we got Friday night, still have a chance to play for a conference championship and to go into a state tournament.
Oliver, what's your perspective on how the season's unfolded thus far and kind of what your expectations are going into the postseason?
Yeah, I think it's gone really good so far. We had a great non-conference record, won the NEA tournament. That was great. And we've done great in conference so far. We're tied for first right now. We would like to win last night and got the conference championship. But big game Friday, senior night, looking to go out with a bang. So that's great. And then looking forward to the state tournament for sure.
To this point, what would you consider, Oliver, to be the most memorable moments of the season so far?
I had a game winner against Russellville, so that was pretty memorable. But the NEA tournament, that was awesome to win. So probably those 2 things.
Coach Campbell, tough game last night. What are some things that y'all need to improve on, not only for Nettleton Friday night, but also before y'all get ready for the state tournament?
Last night, like I said, I don't really like to talk a whole lot on it because it's a new day, and that was yesterday, and today's today. But, I got to do a better job as a coach leading these guys. I felt like I could have done a lot of things better, put us in better positions last night to go out there and succeed. So, from me as a standpoint, I got to do better at that because we got some big games coming up. We got to do a good job going out there and leading these young men to be the best that they can be. And, as I said, we still have a chance to play for a conference championship. And it's like we told them last night, that's something pretty special, be able to cut down your net if we win Friday, all that stuff. So, you still get a trophy, all that we're going to play for. It's not over yet. We've been glad to win last night, yeah, but turn the page, have a good practice today and tomorrow, and go out there and win Friday.
Oliver, is there any certain matchup that you kind of look forward to as you get ready for the state tournament after Friday night?
There's a lot of good teams in 5A, so any game we play is going to be a tough game. So, I'm just looking forward to playing the state tournament, and we're just looking to win one game at a time and hopefully make a run.
Lane, if you would, talk about the likely or scenarios or possibilities heading into state, and depending on obviously I know there's the conference season still one big game to go, but what are you looking at as the most likely scenarios or possibilities of who you would play going into the tournament? Do you know yet? Or
there is still a chance we could finish the 1 seed. We win Friday night and GCT beats Marion, we're outright conference champs and we're the 1 seed. If Marion wins Friday night and we win Friday night, we're the 2 seed, and it's looking more than likely we will play El Dorado. That's who it's looking like. They had their conference meeting today, actually, for that conference. And there's about two to three teams that are all right there, neck and neck at 8-6 or 7-5, something like that. But if we end up not taking care of business Friday night, we'll be the 3 seed. If we lose by less than 3 points against Nettleton on Friday night, we're the 2 seed. So, and we don't get a share of the conference championship that way. So pretty much win is the goal, and we get a conference championship. Lose, we're going to be the 2 or 3 seed probably.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Oliver. Right after this, we'll be back with senior guards Gavin Ellis and Josh Burnett.
Whatever might happen next. If Natalie gets an unexpected migraine, if the little man gets a boo-boo, or Hunter's bad back acts up, St. Bernard's Urgent Care is here for them, and here for you too. From real-time online wait times and extended hours to expanded services, we will never stop advancing urgent care that really cares. St. Bernard's Urgent Care.
Welcome to the new Right Fiber store on Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. It's the newest way to connect with Jonesboro's official broadband partner for the fastest, most reliable gig speed internet with speeds up to 5 gig. Signing up for local Right Fiber internet has never been easier or more convenient. At Right Fiber, we're proud to be right by you, and with our new location right here in Jonesboro. Discover the Right Fiber advantages and the speed that is right for you and your family. See you soon.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network pre-postseason basketball presser. Now we're joined by two senior guards, Gavin Ellis and Josh Burnett. We will now go to questions from our panel.
Gavin, just kind of talk about how the season has unfolded. Has it gone as you expected, better than you would have expected? But what about it?
You know, I'd say with the overall record of 24-4, you got to be happy with that. With how tough of a non-conference schedule we had, and all the tough games we've had this year. And I'd say it's gone better than we expected. Like, I think we have lost some games that we think we should have won, but we've also won some games that we probably should have lost. So when it comes all down to it, I mean, it's been a really good year and a really good record, but we're just looking forward to this game Friday night and postseason and try to get our best ball going.
Josh, same question for you.
I'm going to go off of what he said. It's been a really good season for us, 24-4. That's a really good record for us, and we just looking to handle business Friday and make a run in state tournament.
In your opinion, what's been the reasons or the strengths for the success of this team?
I think the reason is the senior leadership out there on the court, and also like just teamwork and the coaching staff getting us very prepared for each and every game.
This question's for both of you, but of course, obviously, you got senior night, Friday night with a Nettleton team. This will be the fourth time you've played them this season. Lost to them the first time. You beat them the last two times, including in the finals of the NEA. What kind of a game are you expecting to get from the Raiders?
I'm expecting them coming out ready to play, high intensity, just getting after it. I expect it to be a really good game.
Kind of what he said. You know, you play a good team 4 times in a season, it's going to be hard to, go 3-1 against them. I mean, more likely 2-2. But I think he said in the interview last week, but they know everything about us and we know everything about them. So it's just going to be to what team plays better that night, who can hit their shots, and who can play better defense, and who can get more momentum. In my opinion, I mean, like I said, they're a really good ball club, really athletic. They can get hot from the 3-point line, but I think we are the better team, and I think if we come ready to play Friday night and bring what we got, we can pull it out and get the win.
Both of y'all had a great game when we played at Nettleton last, when we beat them at Nettleton. Gavin, does this game versus Nettleton kind of give you some extra juice going into it?
Yes, it does. It does a lot. They talk a lot of trash on the court, fires me up a little bit, but just with it being such a close rivalry, and with how much fans come and attendance people bring, it brings a lot of extra juice. Yes.
Josh, what's like 1 or 2 things that you're looking to improve on before you get into postseason play?
I would say my shot is I always like to improve on that and just find the best way to score the ball for my whole entire team.
Thanks, Gavin. Thanks, Josh. Any more questions? After the break, we'll be joined by senior Noah Berry, Laird Cullen, and Francis Florindo right after this on the Blazer News Network.
Hey Blazers, are you ready to take charge of your money? The experts at Evolve Bank and Trust are ready to help. Located in downtown Jonesboro, the Evolve team can help you open an eUniversity checking account designed for students like you. These accounts have no minimum daily balance and no service fees. Can't get to our downtown location? Check out our 24/7 ATM and virtual teller on Main Street. To learn more about all our products, go to getevolved.com. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Blazer News Network pre-postseason basketball presser. We're now joined by a group of 3 seniors, Noah Berry, Francis Florindo, and Laird Cullen. Now we'll open questions to the media.
Noah, you moved here from Fayetteville a couple of years ago, I think. Just kind of talk about what your time at Valley View's been like and what the transition was like coming from Fayetteville to Valley View.
Yeah, I moved over here from Fayetteville for last year, for junior year. It's been a good transition. Good team, good teammates, been open. It's been good community. It's been great.
How would you describe how your senior year's gone so far?
I mean, it's been good. We've been winning, I mean, that's what matters. Getting out there 24-4. It's been real successful.
Francis, big game coming up Friday night with Nettleton to close out the regular season before you jump into the state next week. What's your thoughts and expectations as the Raiders get ready to come across town?
I think we're pretty prepared as a team in general. We get after it pretty much every practice to make sure that we're always competing and staying on on top of our game every day. We try to prepare ourselves to the best capacity, scout every team best possible way we can. I think if we have a great momentum and stay keen on defense, we have a pretty good chance of winning this Friday night.
Laird, you transition every year from a deep postseason run in football into basketball. How tough is that for you?
Well, I'd say it's a little rough. Football making it hard to get into the gym sometimes, taking time out of I've done a pretty decent job of getting in the gym during football, trying to keep my shot right, and coming back in, dribbling, you kind of have to work into getting that stuff back, shots a little off, and being able to, just the dribbling and stuff, it takes time to get all that back. So, and I just try to work and get that back and just process that, so.
Francis, with you being a senior, you have to show some leadership and be a leader for this team. What are some ways that you just try to set a good example for maybe some of the younger guys day in and day out?
I'd say to show them what it is like in day out in practice. No complaints. Always have to do what's needed for the team. Whether it's going out there just playing straight defense for 30 seconds, coming right back out. You got to be prepared to do whatever is needed to make sure your team wins that night. No matter if you're the top scorer, have the most assists, lead player, you just have to do what's best for your team.
Laird, are you excited to have the state tournament pretty much right here in your backyard this year, just a few miles down the road at a fellow conference school at GCT?
Well, yeah, I'd say I am. A bunch of people like to go and travel and go some other place to play in the tournament, but I'd say it's probably a pretty good thing that we have it at GCT, just so we can get the fans there. And it's good to have a lot of support when you go to play in the state tournament, and that's a really big deal to have all those people there.
And no more questions from the panel. That's going to do it. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Blazer News Network pre-postseason basketball press conference, and good luck this week in the state tournament.